Okay, phinde ngibingelele egameni lenkosi yethu Jesu. Siyaqhubeka-ke nesifundo sethu. Besikhuluma nge-2520. Enye izinto ebesifuna ukuzenza prove point lokuthi ngo-1863 uKristu uyabuya. So sithi-ke using i-2520 you can prove ukuthi uKristu bekufanele ebuyile ngo-1863. Sishilo sathi ayi-2 ama-2520 because ama-tribes ayi-2, northern tribe, southern tribe. So the prophecy sithe ikhayazim siqale ekuqaleni la iqala ngo-742 BC la kuphuma khona isiphrofetho sale destruction. So Isaiah chapter 7 verse 8 sanikezwa 65 years time prophecy le kuthiwa within 65 years Ephraim is going to be broken. Now impela simbonile ngo-723 Hoshe ehlaselwa ama-Assyrians bamusa kwi-captivity and the northern tribe was destroyed. This is 2 Kings chapter 17 law. And so sithi again the time prophecy 65 years isinikeza phi iphinde yophela ku-677 BC la qala khona enye i-2520 yase-southern tribe. So sithe ayi-2 ama-2520 sithe i-2520 it's a punishment, it's a judgment, it's an indignation. According to Leviticus 26, if ningayigcinile imithetho punishment izolandela, right? So sithi-ke 2520 ya northern tribe le ephela nini, southern tribe ephela ngo-1844. So uyabona ukuthi-ke sithe Chasm and maybe Chasm more than 46 years in the beginning, fanele ube no 46 years kuphi ekugcineni, more than 19 years ngapha futhi kumele futhi nangapha ube nobani no 19 years. Ilo nto esiyenzile wasusithatha lo 19 years from 1844 wasibeka ku 1863. So right here in the beginning 742 Conan, there's a war, civil war between north and south. So 1863 Conan, there's a war, civil war, north and south America, right? And then uqhubeka futhi la Isaiah chapter 7 kwenzekani verse 14 12 11 12 lawo verse khulunywa ngesign, isign yani, the sign of ukuzalwa kaKristu. Kuthiwa Emmanuel is going to be born. Ingane izobizwa ukuthi ubani? Emmanuel, izozalwa a virgin. So this sign oyitholayo futhi la sithi le sign ingafika kwaKristu. So imayelana nokufika kwaKristu okokuqala. So ngo-1863 kwenzekani? Kufanele kube mayelana nani nokufika kwaKristu okwesibili. So simple as that. So sithi-ke 2520 famamilarites abe understandile njengoba si-understanda abezokwazi ukuthi athole ukuthi uKristu ngempela uzobuya ngo-1863. So sithi-ke besizama ukuprova-ke using i-2520 ukuthi uKristu uzobuya ngo-1863. So phinde futhi manje sizama indlela yesibili yokuprova using ama-quotations a-Ellen White, izinto azishilo to establish ukuthi ngempela uKristu ubezobuya ngo-1863, right? So ake sithi ukufunda kancane-ke nje la. Ake silandele nje la. So sithi-ke now 1798, this is the time of the end kwi-history yama-Millerite. So bese siba nobani 1844, right? Then isikhathi siyaqhubeka la sifuna ukuya khona-ke manje sifuna ukuya ku-1856 la sifuna ukuya khona 1856, right? So sizwe ukuthi Ellen White uthini ngo-1856. Khona i-conference akuyona u-Ellen White la. Ake sizwe ukuthi uthini. Sifunda ke manje Testimonies to the Church volume 3 paragraph page 159. Sorry. Testimonies for the Church volume 1 page 131 132. So ingo 1856 lento esifundayo kufundeka kanje. I was shown the company present at the conference, said the angel, some food for worms, some subjects of the 7 last plagues, some will be alive and remain upon the earth to be translated at the coming of Jesus. So 1856 uthini Ellen White khona abantu abaphilayo kule conference akuyona. 1856 uthi abanye bawukudla kwezimpethu, ngamanye amazwi bazofa badliwe izimpethu njengoba simazi ukuthi umuntu uyafa. Abanye uthi they will be subject of the 7 last plagues. Khona abantu la athi bama subject of the 7 last plagues ukuthi bazongena kulezi zitshushiso zama 7 last plagues. Angithi siyawazi ama 7 last plagues ilama plagues mase umusa uvaliwe, close of probation, Michael sesukumile angithi like umubi makabe mubi njalo, umuhle makabe mubi njalo, then bese kuwa ama 7 last plagues, event elandelayo yini ukufika kwaChrist angithi. So abanye bazofa, abanye bazoba ama subject ama 7 last plagues, abanye bazoba yini uthi abanye will not see death. Khona bangeke bafe la abazobona uKristu ehla ngamafezulu. Sizwisise kahle lento ngoba sifundile. So 1856 I was shown the company present at the conference, said the angel, some food for worms, some subject of the 7 last plagues, some will be alive and remain upon the earth to be translated at the coming of Jesus. So 1856 uthi Ellen White uzothi uKristu mebuya noma siphi isikhathi azobuya kusona kule history kodwa uzobuphila, right? Now ake siphinde siqhubeke. So if uKristu ezobuya kule history and then umsebenzi olandelayo muphi manje ukuthi kuprepare ibhuku iGreat Controversy leli ke elizoprepare abantu for the coming of the Lord. Angithi sithi uKristu uyabuya, so whatever date abuya ngayo njengoba bethi mola kunabantu ngo-1856 uKristu azofika bephila. So sithi ke into elandelayo manje fanele prepare ibhuku leli kuthiwa iGreat Controversy elizoprepare abantu for the coming of the Lord, right? So ilonto ke esiza kuyona ke manje. So ake sifunde la. Sifunda trustees of the Ellen G. White Estate, Washington DC, go March 1963. This is their view. Bazositshela ukuthi lamabhuku acompilwe kanjani. Ama trustees lawo of the Ellen G. White Estate bazositshela ngaleli bhuku esikhuluma ngalo, le Great Controversy ebizwa ngokuthi Spiritual Gift Volume 1 ebhalwe nini ngo-1858. Quote, the Great Controversy vision qale ngevision lento, reference has been made to the moving of the publishing work from Rochester, New York to Battle Creek, Michigan in November 1855. Elder and Mrs. White made their home in Battle Creek, and after the work was well established there, they were able to continue their travels in the field. So sitshelwa ngokumuva kwabo, ngokumuva umsebenzi to Michigan, Battle Creek. Right. Bese kuthiwani bazokwazi-ke mase bemuvile baqhubeke nama-travels abo. It was in connection with a vision to the state of Ohio in February and March 1858 that the important Great Controversy vision was given to Mrs. White in the public school house at Lovett's Grove. The account of this vision, which lasted 2 hours, is found in Life Sketches of Ellen G. White, page 161 and 162. So, if ufuna ukuzwa vision la inikiwe about a great controversy, because before ibhale yonke lento is in a vision uzoyizwa ichaza ku Life Sketches, page 160, 161, 162, right? In September 1858, Spiritual Gifts, Volume 1, The Great Controversy Between Christ and His Angels and Satan and His Angels, was published. This little book of 219 pages constitutes the third and last vision of early writings. The small publication of these first 15 years of Mrs. White's work were to be followed by many larger books dealing with many subjects vital to those who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus Christ. So, sime nje lapho. So, siyazwa ukuthi-ke ngo-1858 ila kuzobhalwa-ke leli bhuku-ke manje, because ama-visions uwathole ngayo 1858 ale Great Controversy, and then bese kulungiswa-ke lo msebenzi-ke njengamanje. Right, so I hope sisalandela. So sithi-ke ngo-1856 uyapredict u-Ellen White ukuthi kukhona abantu angeke bafe manje abazobona uKristu eza ngamafezulu. Ngo-1858 then abesenikezwa ama-visions e-Great Controversy, then abese-ke prepare leli bhuku elincane ekhulunywa ngalo to Spiritual Gift Volume 1. Now asiqhubeke sifunda-ke manje. This is Testimonies for the Church, Volume 2, page 194. Yenzeke nini yonke lento ingo-1863, 1868. Nota-ke man, this is 1868. Kusho ukuthi-ke sesidlulile-ke ku-1863. We are predicting ukuthi ngo-1863 uKristu uzobuya. But now, lokho esokufunda manje into eyenzeke ebhalwe ngo-1868, right? Asizwe ukuthi u-Ellen White uthini ngo-1868. Ngithi sesidlulile isikhathi. Kuthiwa la, the long night of gloom is trying, but the morning is deferred in mercy. Because if the master should come, so many would be found unready. Siphinde futhi. The long night of gloom is trying, but the morning is deferred in mercy. Because if the master should come, so many would be found unready. So, 1868, Ellen White usitshela ukuthi the morning is deferred in the morning. Because if the master should come, abantu abaningi bazofica bengekho ready. If uKristu befikile, abantu bebezofica bengekho ready. So khulunywa ngokubuya kwaKristu la, and kuthiwani it is deferred, or deferred means delayed. So ukubuya kwaKristu ku-delayed. Sekushawa 1863 akafikanga, uthi Ellen White ku-delayile. So methi ku-delayile la kusho ukuthi ngesingaye bekufanele ngabe uKristu ubuyile before 1868. Siyayibona le nto. So nayo into esinayo-ke njengamanje, then bese siyaconclude. ngo-1856 u-Ellen White upredict ukuthi uKristu uyabuya, and khona abantu abaphilayo la nabo la athi bazobe bephila mebuya uKristu. Then bese siba no-1868 usesitshela ukuthi sekudlulile ukufika kwaKristu. So into esisho sithi ukubuya kwaKristu kufanele kube before 1868, kufanele kube after 1856. So ke manje sizokwenza ama-argument to prove ukuthi uKristu bezobuya ngo-1863. Already sesiyazi ukuthi ubezobuya somewhere la between 1856 no-1868 ngalento esiyifundayo, right? Siqhubeke. Then bese ke sifunda i-quotation elandelayo. Alright, into esizoyizwa ke la manje sifunda ke this early writing book, and sifunda ke chapter 66 wale bhuku, and isihloko the loud cry. So spiritual gift volume 1 lesifundayo manje, lencwadi ebhalwe ngo-1858. So iyo lesifundayo njengamanje. Kuthiwa la, a compelling power moved the honest, while the manifestation of the power of God brought fear and restraint upon their unbelieving relatives and friends, so that they dared not, neither had they the power to hinder those who felt the work of the Spirit of God upon them. So, khulunywa umsebenzi kaNkulunkulu owenzeka ke manje as isikhathi siqhubeka towards the coming of Christ, ukuthi even ama-relatives akakwazi ukuvimbezela ama-relatives abo or ama-friends abo njengamanje ngendlela i-message powerful ngayo la, right? Bese kuthiwani, the last call was carried even to the poor slaves, and the pious among them poured forth their songs of rapturous joy at the prospect of their happy deliverance. Their masters could not check them. Fear and astonishment kept them silent. Mighty miracles were wrought, the sick were healed, and the signs and wonders followed the believers. So, kuthiwa ke le message le, this last call, ihambe yaze yafika naku-slaves, nakuma-slaves. Even ama-slaves be-preachiwe, ashunyayezwa nawo about this message. This is this third angel's message, which is empowered as of prepare abantu for the coming of the Lord. Le khulunywa ngayo la, right? Ihambe yaze yafika kuma-slaves. And note, kuthiwa the pious among them poured forth their songs of rapturous joy at the prospect of their happy deliverance. So, islave besezinethemba zokuthi ithemba leslave la ukubuya kwaKristu. Mebezwa le message about the coming of the Lord, islave bisajabula, uyabona? Because iyona into manje sithembele kuyona ukuze sikhululwe kule punishment yale master njengoba egqilaziwe nje la. So islave zayamukela ngenhliziyo ezimhlophe le message because iza ne-deliverance, and to abantu babecula rapturous songs, becula abantu, right? Okay, siqhubeke. So ithi ke mayifika ke manje, funda ke manje chapter 69 waleli bhuku, early writings, sithe spiritual gift volume 1, ukulo leli bhuku ekugcineni at the end of this book, because I3 amabhuku are inside leli bhuku kuthiwa early writings, right? So kuthiwa ke manje sifunda ke manje this chapter 69, page early writings 286, paragraph 1. So I guess this way. Then the Jubilee, when the land should rest. Then commenced the Jubilee. Remember, Ellen White took a vision, mebhala lencwadi Spiritual Gifts volume 1 lesifundayo ebhale ngo-1858, right? Predictor the coming of the Lord ngalendlela avezelwe ngayo. Quote, then commenced the Jubilee when the land should rest. I saw the pious slave rise in victory and triumph and shake off the chains that bound him, while his wicked master was in confusion and knew not what to do. For the wicked could not understand the words of the voice of God. So, then comments the Jubilee. So, Jubilee, you remember in the law of Moses, mekukhulunywa Jubilee, khulunywa ngalowa mnyaka, usually it's a 50th year. After 50 years, kuba khona leya cycle la kuzokhululwa ama-slaves. Angithi uyabona. So, prisoners, slaves, zonke lezo zinto, it's a Jubilee. Umuntu benesikweletu siyaphela, and so forth. So this is the year of Jubilee. So la kuthiwani, then comments the Jubilee. Jubilee la ubani, ukufika kwaKristu lokho esikhuluma ngako la ukuthi ukufika kwaKristu it's a Jubilee. Ngoba yini? Ngoba ila kuzokhululwa iziboshwa, kuzokhululwa ama-slaves. So islave mekubona uKristu ila sizokhululwa ke-slave. Angithi uyabona? Because their history is about slavery. Ungayikhohlwa leyo. This is why uzosikhuluma ngama-slaves la. And so ke manje sithi ke Ellen White uboniswa ke kwi-vision ukuthi uzobuya kuKristu. Mebuya uKristu, islave siyajabula, and then they are rejoicing because bebeboshwe ngempela bona bepunishwa imaster angithi. So ke manje now ithi ke leya nto ke angithi uKristu akabuyanga. Now ake sibone ukumusa kaNkulunkulu nobuhle bukaNkulunkulu, because uNkulunkulu uyazi ukuthi akazubuya yena ngo-1863 kule period. Because now Ellen White esesho already ukuthi umusa or the coming of the Lord is delayed or is deferred in mercy. Already akasabuyanga ngo-1863, 1868 angithi uyabona. So uKristu so uyazi ukuthi akazubuya ngo-1863. So, but now, i-message mayishunyelwa kulesi slave, islave sinikwe into yokuthi ithemba lakho le-slave ukuthi kubuye uKristu sikhululwe. Angithi uyabona. Imagine manje ukuthi islave sofila kanjani njengoba uKristu engasabuyi manje. How devastating it would be to ama-slaves lento yokuthi uKristu udelayile akabuyanga. So uKristu because uyazi ukuthi akazubuya, and then ngomusa kaKristu kufanele kube khona into azoyenzela islave. So kwenzekani kule history? Kule history uPresident Lincoln, right? Angithi sithe kuyaliwa la, there's a war between North and South about slavery. La eNorth bathi islave azindawo asizuzidedela. eNorth bathi bona no, mazikhululwe islave, mayiphele into yeslavery. Siyabona? So Abraham Lincoln, because we are the president, ngo-1863 wenza i-proclamation of emancipation. Khona umthetho manje awenzayo, ushayinini lo mthetho, ushaya exactly ngo-1863. Lo mthetho uthini? From now on, slavery is illegal. This is a proclamation of emancipation, ukhululwa kwe-slaves. So, in history yase-America, islave sakhululwa nini? Ngo-1863. There's no President Lincoln and the proclamation ukuthi from now on, 1863, slavery is illegal. So if you continue, if uqhubeka, then the state ufane sidile now, but the slavery is illegal. And itheme ishawa lo mthetho eyimemezela uLincoln, and kushiwo futhi kuthiwa noma kuphi la ukhona mengabe uhleli nemaster yakho, escape, get out, phuma, mshiye, baleka, enza yonke into, because president useshilo ukuthi slavery siphelile. So akomuntu ke manje ozogijimisa omunye ngenxa yeslavery. If uke usaqhubeka, then the state is going to deal with you. So sithi ke iyona into ke le ngo-1863 esiqinisekisayo ke manje ukuthi because uKristu uyazi ukuthi akazobuya ngo-1863 ngcono enze njani asebenzise this government to free the slave. So sithi islave zakhululwa ngo-1863. So sithi again, this is to show ukuthi 1863 was about the coming of the Lord. Jehovah sisho, this is the second witness ukuthi uKristu is coming in 1863. Clear lento esifundayo njengamanje, it doesn't get clearer than this. So I think singadlula manje kulezi zinto. Now sifuna ke manje ukuthola ufakazi wesibili wale 2520. Sithe 2520 yokuqala in northern tribe scattering labantu behlakazeka bengabuyele bangaphinde futhi baqoqeke, yabona. But 2520 yesibili ifundisani igathering la abantu bazothi mebemoshile bese bephinde babuyele kuNkulunkulu. So 2520 le sifuna manje ukuphinde sinikeze ufakazi wesibili from the Bible ngale 2520 sikhulumayo. So remember ukuthi the reason sispenda isikhathi la kule 2520 sifuna ukuprove point lokuthi this chart leli was directed by the hand of the Lord and it should not be altered njengoba kushiwo ukuthi angeke ukwazi ukuliguqula. And 2520 is one of these prophecies njengoba uGabriel ezonikeza uWilliam Miller lama visions or these prophecies. So sithi ke this is why ubona sispend isikhathi, because sifuna ukuraise ama foundations, sifuna ukuraise sifuna ukureproduce umsebenzi wama Millerites, because wona miyalo esunikiwe lo to reproduce lo msebenzi, right? Because sinikiwe umyalo la, ake ngifunde Counsels to Writers and Editors, page 28 and 29. Kuthola, God has given me light regarding our periodicals. What is it? He has said that the dead are to speak. How? Their works shall follow them. We are to repeat the words of the pioneers in our work. Yes, what? We are to repeat the work of the pioneers in our work. So, fanele imsebenzi wama pioneers of William Miller nama associates akhe, si repeat lo msebenzi in our work. Who knew what it cost to search for the truth as for hidden treasure? And who labored to lay the foundation of our work? So, labazalwane baleya lama foundations, we have to continue working on these foundations. They move forward step by step under the influence of the Spirit of God. So, utu Ellen White ba move inspiration kaNkulunkulu labazalwane, right? One by one, these pioneers are passing away. The word given me is, let that which these men have written in the past be reproduced. So, njengoba befa labazalwane, uthi izwi linikiwe ukuthi asitshele ukuthi umsebenzi walabazalwane su reproduce eliyonto esiyenzayo njengamanje. So, labazalwane babelidwa uMongcwele mhlazane bebhala lezi zinto. So, this is why ubona sizishayelela lezi zinto, because this work is under attack as we speak. Kunabantu abafuna to remove these foundations. And these foundations, ama foundation e-Seventh-day Adventist lawa, leli bandla esikhuluma ngalo, this is the Church of God. So, if kukuthi uphethe enye foundation wena engasiyo le foundation esibuilda kuyona njengamanje, then it means you are building your own foundation. So, we are building kwi-foundation yama-pioneers according to inspiration njengoba sikhuluma njengamanje. So if umangala futhi ukuthi why lezi zinto singazazi, yes, and then you should fanele ngoba asizazi lezi zinto, asizange sizitshelwe futhi, but njengamanje we are reproducing this work, siqala phansi lo msebenzi, and this is the work that is going on right now. Right. Sitheke sifuna ukuprova ke i-25:20 yesibili. Sizoya ke manje Daniel chapter 4. So Daniel chapter 4, istory ke uyasazi because uDaniel kukhona i-dream la ekhona la. Ake ngifunda verse 1 nje. Nebuchadnezzar the king, unto all people, nations, languages that dwell in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. I thought it good to show the signs and wonders that the high God had wrought toward me. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in mine house. So, ulalele kahle ke, uNebuchadnezzar ke lo usinikeza this this vision or this story ke esisifundayo. Uthi Nebuchadnezzar, I, Nebuchadnezzar, was at rest in my house and flourishing in my palace. I saw a dream which made me afraid, and thoughts upon my bed and the visions of my head troubled me. uNebuchadnezzar kuyaphupha. Therefore made I a decree to bring in all the wise men of Babylon before me, that they might make known unto me the interpretation of the dream. So phuphile futhi uNebuchadnezzar akalazi iphupho ukuthi lisho ukuthini, ubiza ama-magicians ukuthi awazochaza na indaba. Siyazazi lezi zitori. And so iphupho lingani? So ake sizwe verse 10. Thus were the visions of my head in my bed. I saw and behold a tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great. The tree grew and was strong, and the height thereof reached unto heaven, and the sight thereof to the end of all the earth. So uphupha lo muthi omkhulu, this tree ohamba uyofika ezulwini, right? So ke uyasazi ke story ke ukuthi izinyoni zezulu zizofika zizokhosela la and so forth, and kuzobenzekani kulo muthi ke manje kuzo verse 13. And I saw in the visions of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher and an holy one came down from heaven. He cried aloud and said, Thus hew down the tree and cut off his branches, shake off his leaves, and scatter his fruit. Let the beast get away from under it, and the fowls from his branches. Nevertheless, leave the stump of his root in the earth, even with a band of iron and brass in the tender grass of the field, and let it be wet with the dew of heaven, and let his portion be to the beast of the grass of the earth. So kuthiwa ke lesi sihlahla sikhulile sasikhulu, and then usibona sesidestroywa, sakhatha ama-branches, khatha everything, but kodwa kuthiwa uyeka isiqu lesi, leave the stump, uyeka isiqu siboshwe ngebelt yebrass ne-iron, right? And then bese uyeke amazolo lawa ahlale phezu kwazo ukuze kwenzekeni, ukuze siphinde sikhule, yabona. Ukuze siphinde sikhule futhi, right? Siyasazi ke le story, i-revision nje le. So uzongena kuDaniel azo-interpreta yonke lento, and then mase ichaza ke siyazi ke uzothini ke ukuthi lesi sihlahla sirepresenta bani? So sirepresenta uNebuchadnezzar, right? And so uwe-ke Nebuchadnezzar lo oyilesi sihlahla ngithi. So bese-ke kuverse 25 kuthiwani? Siqale verse 24. This is the interpretation, O king. So yonke lento ngoNebuchadnezzar ukuthi uwe lo phakeme omkhulu, onke ama-nations nama-tongues nabantu bondliwa uwe, bakhoselela ngaphansi kwakho, but uzoba destroyed. And but kodwa izophinde futhi ikhule lesi sihlahla ngithi kushiwo njalo. So ake sinowutheke verse 25. Siqale verse 24. This is the interpretation, O king, and this is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my lord the king, that they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. So kuthiwa-ke yiyo-ke dream le ukuthi uwe lo, and they will drive you, bazokuxosha uyohlala nezilwane, and until kwenzekeni 7 times will pass over you. So siyasazi le story. Into ebesifunda ukuzoyilanda njengamanje kuthiwa uzohlala nezilwane until 7 times will pass over him, angithi. So according to this interpretation kaWilliam Miller, says discoverile ukuthi-ke 7 times is what? This is 7 years, angithi. Azohlala uNebuchadnezzar njengoba ehleli nezilwane lapha. And yes, uzohlala 7 years yena. And so siyawazi ku7 years ukuthi-ke kahle kahle what is this? So 7 years izinsuku siyazazi ukuthi zingaphi lapha ya 2520, right? So sithi 2520 leyo ibonayo njengamanje kaNebuchadnezzar. 2520 sithe yini? 2520 sithe punishment. So njengamanje kuyashiwo kuthiwa 7 times it's going to pass over you, Nebuchadnezzar. They will drive you out, bazokukhipha kwi-kingdom yakho uyohlala nezilwane, because uhlulekile ukhonza uNkulunkulu. Siyasazi leso story. And so uzohlala 2520 days ehleli nezilwane, right? And then emva kwalokho kuzokwenzekani? So siyasazi lesi story. This is just a revision. So Mofundo verse 28, Daniel chapter 4. Kuthiwa la, all this came upon the king Nebuchadnezzar, yonke lento. And at the end of 12 months, he walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. He walked in the palace of the kingdom of Babylon. And the king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? So uyaziphakamisa, while the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O king, O Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen. 7 times shall pass over thee. That is 7 years, right? Until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whosoever he will. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar. Siyasazi story wayohlala nezilwane. Verse 34. And at the end of the days, so meyaphela lo 7 times, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up mine eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that liveth forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation, and all the inhabitants of the earth are reputed as nothing. And he doeth according to his will in the army of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, What doest thou? At the same time my reason returned unto me, and for the glory of my kingdom mine honor and brightness returned unto me, and my counselors and my Lord sought unto me. And I was established in my kingdom, and excellent majesty was added unto me. So, sime lapho. So, uyasazi ke story ke? Ngaloko sikufundayo siyamazi ukuthi uNebuchadnezzar sizombona ezulwini, because uNebuchadnezzar uphendukile umKristu njengamanje. After 7 times, after 7 years, after 2520, uNebuchadnezzar kuthiwa wamazi uNkulunkulu, because 2520 is a punishment. Wahlaliswa nezilwane 7 times. After that, nange besifunda itestimony yakhe uthi ngamazi uNkulunkulu ukuthi uye uNkulunkulu akekho omunye futhi akekho ozuphunyula esandleni sakhe. So sithi uNebuchadnezzar representani? uNebuchadnezzar represented 2520 of the southern tribe, njengoba sishilo ukuthi abantu laba bathi mebepunishwa uNkulunkulu but bese benze njani? Baphinde futhi babuye uNkulunkulu. Angithi uyabona? So njengoba uNebuchadnezzar umbonile uphinde futhi wa-establishwa kwi-kingdom yakhe, just like uManase uphinde wa-establishwa futhi kwi-kingdom yakhe, right? Right, so sithi into esishoyo sithi ke manje ibambisise kahleke lento, because uDaniel uthe mefika wayi-understanda yonke lento ekhulunywa la, right? Ukuthi kwenzekani. So sithi Mene, this is the whole number, angithi sisho njalo. So uthi uDaniel, your whole kingdom is numbered. Isibalo esiphelele lesi, like a 1 ton or like a 1 kilogram, yabona? This is the whole thing. Shekel, sithi ama-shekels ayasetshenziswa mekwenziwani for these. Angithi nasi isikali. This is nasi isikali. So more usebenzisa isikali ubeka ama-weights ngapha, ubeka or something lo ithengayo ngapha ngithi, and then bese ubalansise, because these are weights, right? Ubalansise because ufuna ukuthola ibalance, right? Mengabe ukuthi khona ukusinda kakhulu kunokunye, ibalance izoba imbalance leyanto, ngithi yabo. So this is lento ethiwa you've been found wanting in the balances. So Belshazzar has been found wanting in the balances because into yakhe ayibalance. So uDaniel uyibona kanjalo leyanto. And then bese kuthiwa Upharsin kuthiwa your kingdom has been divided, angithi, to the Medes and the Persians. So because 25 is a divider, more divided of 15 to 2, angithi, uthola 25. So this is a divide, angithi, it's divided, angithi yabo, cut in half. Yayibona leyana. So 25 shekels of Upharsin is 25 shekels. So anyway, sithi ke unga stress kakhulu ngalento, but nayo into efanele siphume nayo njengamanje la ukuthi how many shekels? 50, 51, 25. This is 126 shekels. So le number ke sizoyisebenzisa manje as a symbol. Igcine engqondweni, remember this number khona la futhi uyayibona khona mesikhuluma ngo-126. Le number izobaluleka ke njengamanje because it's a symbol of i-2520 le number. So veza manje ukuthi kanjani. Right, ake sithuke eBhayibhelini kancane. All right, so I guess here Ezekiel chapter 45 verse 12. Ezekiel 45 verse 12. Kuthiwa la, and the shekel shall be 20 gerahs, right? Siphinde futhi. And the shekel shall be 20 gerahs. So, the shekel is 20 gerahs. So, Shilo, these are measurements, right? So, shekel, 1 shekel, right? Equal to 20 gerahs. Khulunywa ama-gerahs ke, njengoba sithi sikhuluma ama-grams, kilograms thina. So, again, uyabona ukuthi ke, even i-shekel, khona into i-weight engaphansi kwe-shekel, angithi uyabo. So, ileya nto lezi zinto lezi sikhuluma ngazo, ile nto efana nokuthi sithi mesithi an ounce, angithi uyabo, mekhulunywa nge-ounce equal to 28 grams, angithi uyabo. So, a bottle, lento ekuthiwa ibhodlela, equal to 750 milligrams. Siyazibona lezi zinto. A nip is 200 milligrams. Siyabona. So this is this language. So sithini la, a shekel is 20 gerahs. So ama-gerah ke la khulunywa ngawo, gerahs, right? So now ithi ke leya nto, if a shekel is 120, sorry, if a shekel is 20 gerahs, so shuthi ungenzani ke manje? This is 20. Ufuna ukuthola ama-gerahs la kahle kahle ukuthi mangaphi ama-gerahs ku 126 shekels. So singayicalculate ke le nto ke manje. Siyenze simple nje. 20 times 126 uthola ba? You can calculate now. Uthola 2520. So we have 2520 gerahs ku 126 shekels. Siyabona. So sithini kahle kahle la? So sithi this 126 shekels is associated with 2520, and then bese sithi lento ebhalwe odongweni la manje, Mene Tekel Upharsin, yini le bhalwe odongweni lapha. So this is 2520 liyana ebhalwe odongweni, and i-2520 sithi it's a punishment, right? And manje uBelshazzar uzopunishwa njengamanje, and the kingdom yakhe manje izothiwani, it's going to be divided to the midst, and ngeyaphinde futhi abe inkosi, angithi uyabona. So sithi ke i-2520 le ayi-2 ke manje sikunikile 2520 yokuqala kaNebukadnezar, isikhathi uNebukadnezar eyiswa kohlala nezilwanyana for 7 years. This is 2520. Nebukadnezar waxolisa wabuyiswa. So this is this gathering, angithi uyabo. But le 2520 le yini yona, it's a scattering, le umuntu oshaywa angaphinde anze njani abuye, siyabona. So sithi ke ufakazi wesibili ke manje lo okhuluma ngale 2520 in the Bible, mesizama uku-establish ukuthi lezi zinto ezikhulunywa labazalwane kuleli chart leli, sithi lezi zinto ziqhamuka kuNkulunkulu, and angeke ukwazi ukuthi uzingazinyakazisa lezi zinto, right? And so sithi ke ama-Millerite awazange wazi-understanda lezi zinto esikhuluma ngazo njengamanje. So izinto lezi ozithola manje njengoba abantu abafundi beBhayibheli beqhubeka befunda iBhayibheli, because we are reproducing umsebenzi wama-pioneers. The more you do that, the more light iqhamuka, angithi yabo. So zonke lezi zinto, izinto ezintsha esizikhuluma manje, is the light leli elikhulayo eliqhamukayo esithi since 1989, njengoba sikhuluma ngo-1989 ukuthi le light lukhanya, this increase of knowledge eqhamukayo mawuzibuza ukuthi yonke lento esikhuluma iqhamuka since 1989, this light has been shining, and so abantwana baNkulunkulu bazoyibona lento enzekayo ukuthi there's a light eshinayo njengamanje, and then bese be pick up be pace up nale light, angithi uyabo. So lokho besele ukuzokwenza namhlanje I think as much as kubukeka ngathi complicated, but kusimple nje njengoba sizama ukuveza nje ukuthi into esiprovayo nje besiprove 1863 and ukuthi ukubuya kwaKristu lokuya, and 1863 uzoprova usebenzisa le 2520 esikhuluma ngayo, lama 2522 iyona ezoprovela ukuthi uKristu uyabuya ngo1863, siyabona. So sabe sesifuna nje another witness of umunye ufakazi futhi okhuluma ngalokubuya kwaKristu, simnikile mesebenzisa ama quotations ka Ellen White, right, ukuthi uKristu bezobuya ngo1863 ngempela. And then manje sikhuluma ngale 2520 kaNebukadnezar noBelshazzar, izo emphasize futhi ukuthi ngempela uMiller was right, because manje sekufakazi wesibili lo lithi iBhayibheli ngofakazi ababili, every word should be established, angithi uyabona. So ngofakazi ababili, every word shall be established. So sesinabo ofakazi ababili, so 2520 is established ukuthi it's a time prophecy. So this is why ubona le 2520 is represented in this chart, because this chart was directed by the hand of the Lord. So akhomuntu onelungelo lokuthi aziguqule lezi zinto. So moving forward sizobona ukuthi siyaphike manje. I think into ye2520 okwamanje yezwakala, but the point lokugcina ke ngizogcina ngalo ukuthi siziconnecte ke lezi zinto iyanto ke besikhuluma ke noma into esike sayiveza lesikhuluma eqaleni, sikhuluma ngale number 126, ufuna ukubona ukuveza lo 126 ukuthi uzobaleka kanjani. So lo 126 it's a symbol of 2520 ilo desishoyo ke manje, and so ishukuthini ke yonke leyanto. Angithi uyakhumbula ukuthi mesikhuluma ngeNorthern Tribe sithe 1260 lo sikhuluma ngayo uyipart yani, it's part of 2520, this bigger prophecy, angithi uyabona. In fact, 2520, if you cut 2520 in half, uthola ngapha 1260, ngapha uthole 1260. So besingaziki besibona 1260 thina singazi ukuthi kanti babili labo 1260 kule time prophecy, siyabona. Ebesimazi thina according to the revelation in Daniel ukuthi khona lo 1260 uqala ngo538 ayophela nini ngo1798, but there's another one oqala ngo723 uphele ngo538. So bese sihlukaniseke ukuthi this is paganism and then this is papalism. So mawubona uPope ruler supremely for 1260, nezithombe nazo zirulile for 1260, siyabona. So sithi ke manje this 1260 it is part and parcel of the 2520, you can't separate it, siyabona. So this is anayo ke manje ukuthi, so ngoba uyakhumbula ukuthi ke njengoba sikhuluma ngo1863, so sinaleya period ke manje 1863, right? Sitheni ngo1863, you remember James White uzakhelela ki chart removing or changing into ezila. It's so uJames urepresenta manje urepresenta leadership abantu baNkulunkulu fiddling with this chart njengoba kuthiwa lama chart angaguqulwa, and so suka nje beqala bebizwa ngokuthi bayi Seventh Day Adventists, already they are building on a different platform. Siyayibona leyanto, because already sebeyiremovile 2520 ekuyiyona ebeyizokusiza ukuthi wenze njani, uthole uKristu ukuthi ubuya nini. Siyabona? So it's been removed in 1863. So sithi ke manje from 1863 to 1989, how many years? Uyakhumbula lento? It's 126. It's 126 years, right? So sithi this 126, it's part and parcel of i-2520 lebe kade sifunda ngayo njengamanje, because odongeni kubhalweni it's 126 shekels, right? Lama 126 shekels, you times it by 20 njengoba sishilo, 20 gerahs bese uthola u-2520, right? So 126 is the symbol of i-2520. So sithi ke manje lo 126 siyamsebenzisa njengamanje la to unlock isikhathi sethu ukuthi when is our time of the end. 1989 is our time of the end, angithi? Time of the end. So lo 126 uyena os-unlockelayo manje i-history yethu. So sithi it's not a mistake ukuthi i-Seventh-day Adventist izongena ebumnyameni ngo-1863 iphinde iphume ebumnyameni i-Seventh-day Adventist ngo-1989. So sithi nalapho futhi u-understand kahle ukuthi mesithi izophuma ebumnyameni i-Seventh-day Adventist, sikhuluma ngabantu bezikhethela ukuthi mase kufika this message, this increase of knowledge, uzovuma yini wena ukuthi uphume ebumnyameni by accepting these messages. Angisho yabona, yona ndlela yokuphuma le ebumnyameni. So light manje it's shining because 126 years is finished. So size sithi ke not 1260, 126, angithi yakhumbula. So not 1260, 126, angithi yabona, because it says we are dealing with the history of the 10th or the remnant, angithi, according to Revelation chapter 12 verse 17, we are dealing with the history of a remnant. According to Isaiah chapter 6 verse 13, we are dealing with this 10th, or Revelation chapter 11 verse 13, we are dealing with this 10th. So 126 is the 10th of 1260 years. So sithi 126 is a symbol, and we manje 126 also unlockela these histories. Even these Sunday laws which are coming, sizomsebenzisa uzobona manje sizomsebenzisa kanjani lo 126 even to unlock the future, but ngiyazi it's the past, but kodwa we will see ukuthi lezi zinto zihamba kanjani to unlock other waymarks manje using this 126. Uzobaleka not yedwa, because there are other numbers. 126 is one of them, 220 is one of them. So identify lezi number. So now bese siyaqeda kwamanje, why isikhuluma ngezi number, why igcwele izi number ebhodini? It is because if you read Daniel chapter 8, uKristu lapha ubizwa ngokuthi igama lakhe ubani? Uphalmoni. So linye lamagama likaKristu ke leli efanele silazile, Phalmoni. So ungangaya dictionary or uye Google ukuthi ubani uphalmoni, what is Phalmoni, because this is Hebrew. So Phalmoni is the wonderful numberer, right? Wonderful numberer. Phalmoni is wonderful numberer. or the one who revealed these secrets using numbers. So uKristu usebenzisa izinamba. Mawukhuluma nge-mathematician, uKristu uye invente i-mathematics. So these numbers. So mawukhuluma nge-scientist, uKristu is this great scientist. Angithi uyabo? So these numbers zi-invente uKristu. Izinamba uyazisebenzisa uKristu to communicate nabantu bakhe. So ilezi zinto efana sizigcine engqondweni moving forward ukuthi izinamba ziyasebenza. This is why when you look at this chart, ubona it is full of numbers. Angithi uyabona? When you look at this chart, it's full of numbers because this is Christ. uKristu lo communicator lama truths using numbers. So okwanamhlanje sizoyibamba lapho, sizobona ke in the future ukuthi uNkulunkulu usaphi. I think isizoma la. Amen.